Hi there, this is Briana of Briana Arlene Knits, and in this video I'm going to show you how to work the I-cord tab cast on. This is a really great cast on if you have a project where you're casting on along the I-cord edge and you want to create a nice smooth edge that doesn't show where the cast on is. So this is what it looks like when it's finished, and as you can see I have my cast on stitches and I've actually already started my I-cord edge. And I'll show you too what it looks like in a finished project. So this is the Taos shawl, and this shawl is worked from the top down. So you cast on stitches in the center here using the I-cord tab cast on, and then you start working out and work your increases, and along the edge you're working in I-cord. So you can't actually tell where the cast on is. It's really nice and smooth. So it works great in projects like this where you want to create a nice straight edge. It also works if you're creating a rounded edge. So this is the Sisterhood cowl. This is worked from the bottom up, and in this pattern you start with your I-cord tab cast on here, and then you work increases that curve the edge, and that also looks really great. So let's work this cast on. And I will say too, what I'm going to show you is how I like to do this cast on. It's how I write it in my patterns. There are other ways to do it and slight variations. So if you have found a method that works for you, maybe someone else has written instructions or another video, feel free to follow those. The result is the same. Okay, so we're ready to cast on. So first I'm going to cast on 3 stitches using the long tail cast on method. And instead of turning my needles, I'm going to just slide my stitches to the other end. And the reason we're doing this is it sets up your cast on, or your I-cord edge rather, right away. So your working yarn is on the left side and you're going to knit across those stitches. Again, you'll slide your stitches to the other end of your needles. And you're going to knit across them again. So you're going to knit across your row 4 times total, sliding your stitches to the other side. You can also just slip them back. That's easier. So in total, you're working 4 rows. Okay, and as you can see, what you've actually created is a little mini I-cord. So now you're going to rotate your right needle 90 degrees so your needle's pointing up. I like to grab the tail end and just pull it. That stretches out these stitches a little bit because we're about to pick up stitches. And you're going to take your right needle and you're going to go in both legs of the stitch at the top of your I-cord and knit it. And you're going to do this a total of 3 times. And now you're going to turn your work. And you're going to take your working yarn and move it to the back. And now we need to pick up 3 more stitches. You can kind of do this from any of the loops that you can grab. It doesn't really matter what you put your needle in. I've played with this quite a bit, and there's no right or wrong stitch to grab. It seems like it all looks the same. So I'm going to put my right needle through one of the loops, put it on my left needle, and then I'm going to knit it. Also make sure that you are grabbing your working yarn. It's really easy to grab the tail right here, and then you have to undo it. So I'm going to grab another loop, and I'm going to do the same thing. And a 3rd one. And you can even go into the back here. It doesn't really matter what you're grabbing. And now with these 3 stitches, I'm going to slip those back onto my left needle, and that is the cast on. And as you can see, your working yarn is already on the inside of your I-cord edge, so you are ready to start your project.